This Colts tight end group has never really been the problem, nor has it been the solution. Jack Doyle and Mo Cox don't scare you with their speed. They are decent route runners. Mo Cox is he's okay route runner. Both have okay hands. Jack Doyle has much better hands. And then you have Kylen Granson, who's a little smaller for a typical tight end, 6'2", but he is faster. He can scare with the speed a little bit. But I'd like to welcome you guys to the JDW Sports Talk Show, where every fan is welcome. And today we're going through some tight end options. Should we re-sign Doyle or Mo Cox? Should Kylen Granson be more involved this year coming up? There's a lot to talk about this tight end group, because they're not the problem, but they're not the solution either. So if you guys enjoy Colts content, NFL content, all that kind of stuff, make sure you like, subscribe, and put the post notification bell on so you don't miss any future videos. And let's get right into the videos. So first off, let's start with the vet. Let's start with the guy who is one of the longest tenured Colts, in Jack Doyle. He's been here for quite some time. He's been a very, very good piece for this Colts team for quite some time. Never really scared you with the speed. Route running was solid. Catching, he has sure hands. Running, like I say, he's not that fast, but he knows he knows how to exploit coverages. He knows where to go. He's always in the right spot. He is a great run blocker. I would go as far as to say is that he is an elite run blocking tight end. Mo Cox, he's a good run blocking tight end. Not as good as Jack Doyle, but he is pretty good. Mo Cox, he's a little bit less, a little bit less defined or refined, whatever you want to say, than Jack Doyle. Route running isn't great. Hands aren't great. All around, he's just not a great. He's just not a very good receiving tight end. Kylen Granson, you go to him, and he's not your typical size for a tight end, for an inline tight end especially. 6'2". He's got some speed. You got your opponents. You got other teams that are gonna have to respect his speed. He's a very good route runner. He knows how to find the soft spot, soft spot in zones. He's a much better run blocker than many think. Kylen Granson is a guy that needs to get involved more, but he just doesn't have the tight end size. So that kind of stinks there, but nonetheless, he could be a very dynamic weapon in this offense. So who are some of the guys that you can maybe attack in free agency? So you go to free agency, and there are some guys that pop out. You have Zach Ertz. He's been with Frank Reich and Carson Wentz before. So if Carson Wentz stays, which every day is looking more and more likely that he's staying, Zach Ertz could be an option to bring in if, especially if Jack Doyle retires. So let's talk about that first real quick. Jack Doyle, if he retires, keep Mo Cox and sign another tight end. Sign another threat tight end like Zach Ertz, to get a fast guy. If Jack Doyle stays, let Mo Cox go. Don't resign him. Not needed. That's what Jack Doyle is. Don't need two tight ends like them. Not that they're bad players. They're just not what you need in today's NFL. So then you look at Jimmy Graham. He's a bit older. You have Rob Gronkowski, C.J. Uzomah. He's probably gonna be re-signed by the Bengals though. Then you have Kyle Rudolph is a guy that the Giants released. He's a guy that you can maybe give a shot. He'd be fun. He'd be a fun option. Gerald Everett. He's not as old as some of the other guys that we just mentioned, but he is a guy that that is a decent passing guy in the pass game. Max Williams don't know much about. You got O.J. Howard, Hayden Hurst, Evan Ingram's a fast guy, but his hands are inconsistent, kind of like an or like an Eric Ebron. And then there's Dalton Schultz, but Dalton Schultz is probably going to get paid more than the Colts are going to be willing to give up. So there's not really many. So there are options, but are they great options? You really don't know. If you ask me, I'd definitely go with David Njoku. I know I did not mention him, but he's 25, and he is a young tight end. He's got some speed. I think he's an all-around decent tight end. He hasn't really had the chance to really shine in Cleveland. Baker Mayfield hasn't really helped. Austin Hooper went over there, and he became number one. And he played really well. I like to give David Njoku a shot, bring him over, see what he can do over here in Indy. Carson Wentz. So that's really all I got for the free agency guys. My top pick would be, like I said, David Njoku, and Zach Ertz maybe be second. Eric Ebron's a free agent too, but no, we're okay. As Colts fans, we already know he's not gonna come back here anyways. And then you go over to the draft. There are definitely some guys in this draft that are worth taking a look at, whether it's late, like day 3 late, or if it's maybe day 2. So Cole Turner's a guy. I think he's a big guy that would be a nice option. So I really like Connor Hayward. He had a pretty strong combine. He's not very high on everyone's board, but he showed the ability to make some nice catches. Even though it wasn't against no defense or anything, he had some really nice drills. His 40 time was really nice. I really like Connor Hayward. I like to give him a shot. Maybe draft him later in the draft, or maybe not even draft him at all. He may just go undrafted still, but Connor Hayward is a guy that I'd like to give a shot. So I haven't watched too much tape on them, so I can't really say too much. Not too much to know about them. Uh, I know Trey McBride. I know he's amazing, but but I don't think you want to draft a tight end that early. Our first pick is 47, and we kind of need a receiver. We kind of need a tackle more, an edge rusher. So I think those are bigger needs than tight end. Even though tight end is still kind of a need, I still think those other needs are more important, especially at 47. So there are a ton of options at tight end. What do you guys think is going to happen? Do you guys think that Jack Doyle is going to retire? And if he does, are you okay with Mo Alie-Cox coming back or no? Or would you like a guy like Zach Ertz, maybe David Njoku, or would you maybe even go crazy enough and, not really crazy, but just your opinion on going after Trey McBride early with that second round pick? I wouldn't, in my opinion. Like I said, I think there's more important needs than tight end to address at 47. But I think there's some solid some free agency guys. Or you go later in the draft and you go after Connor Hayward. Love Connor Hayward. I'm telling you, I think he's going to be a good tight end. If someone picks him up and gives him a shot, Connor Hayward is going to be a good tight end for the NFL. So that's all I really got for you guys here today. That is my thoughts on the Colts tight end group. You guys let me know what you think is going to happen. Should we go through free agency, the draft, maybe stay in-house and just keep what we have, maybe use Kylen Granson a little more creatively, keep him more, use him more. So I got for you guys. So thank you for tuning in. Hope y'all had a great day. Hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and put the post notification bell on so you don't miss any future videos. Catch y'all later.